episode is an interesting one. We have what I like to call Fauji's on board. And typically, I mean, IIM Bangalore cohorts have had lesser Fauji's, so to say. But I think
Okay.
there is a trend that is changing. And of course, I'll have to speak to the admission committee to understand that. But welcome. We have John T, Anil, and Nimish today, and I would love you to introduce yourself and tell people about your journey.
Yeah.
Anil sir, seniors
Anyone
first.
can take it up.
Junior first, bro. John T.
Yeah. So,
Juniors first.
hi,
Sure.
Shivam. Thank you so much, first of all, for calling us here on this call over this discussion. And congratulations for your Delhi job. And yeah, you rightly said, I think there are a good number of Fauzies here in this cohort this time in IIM Bangalore. So, I am Captain John T. I have served in the army for 6 years as an officer. I recently got released from the service, and that like a few years back, I had planned to like switch to corporate and the business world. So started preparing for GMAT while I was in service itself. So coming from Delhi, I belong to Delhi, come NCR. I did my graduation from Delhi University, and though I am from the arts background, I did bachelor's in arts, history, political science, economics. Then, of course, the arts people do get into the government jobs as they're expected to. I cleared the CDS and all, so definitely went to army after that. Okay, so being in the army and then coming from arts background, it was a bit difficult for me to make that choice. First of all, coming from a North India cultural family where everybody wants you to go to government job, and then you have to make that switch. You have to make that decision. First of all, you have to convince your parents. Of course, your friends will always be with you, so you have their support. So, and then along with that, balancing your job, balancing your studies, and also then preparing for the interviews whenever they lined up. So it was really one hell of a journey. There were ups and downs, everything, yeah, but it was nice on that way. So currently, I'm doing the 1 year MBA program at IIM Bangalore, EPGP, and I have my other classmates here, Nimish and Anil. Yeah.
Yes. Go ahead, Nimish.
Yeah. So, hi everyone. Hi Shivam. Thank you for having us here. And Inside B was a channel I was watching before joining the campus as well. So yes, uh, a good experience. And Let me just quickly introduce myself. I am Major Nimish Rajoria. I have also worked served for 6 years in the army. To be specific, I was firstly in serving in a rocket regiment, and after that, I had a small stint in the Assam Rifles as a deputation. Before that, I am a mechanical engineer. I was working with the Fiat India Automobiles at Pune for a very short period of time, 3 4 months. After that, I joined OTA Chennai and got commissioned as an officer after a year. And yes, I've been to, that's a very fun fact about me that initially I had my training at Chennai. Then the first posting I got was across the country at Ladakh. Then after serving for 2 years there, I got posted to Rajasthan, to the west corner of the country. And my last leg posting, the posting where I'm coming from, it was in Nagaland and Manipur. So yes, I've done all the four corners, and yes, I started preparing for GMAT once I went into Assam Rifles. Prepared for a year or so on and off, and yeah, gave interviews and joined IIM Bangalore luckily. And yes, the journey which John T was talking about, a hell of a journey, that's still continuing in my opinion. Last
Yeah,
6 months
right, right.
have been, more tougher than the preparation and everything. The same part that leaving a government job, the choices of leaving it, and getting the parents on board and everything. That was tough, but you don't underestimate IIM Bangalore too. So yeah, journey is still going on, and hopefully it would be a good one.
Superb. Anil?
Yeah. So, hi everyone, and thanks Shivam for hosting us. So, let me start. So, I served in the Indian Army as a technical officer for almost 6 years. And then after that, I joined Amazon for about 1 year and worked there in the finance department as a corporate card manager level 2. Before that, I completed my education basically in electrical engineering and my master's also in control and automation from VIT Vellore. Post that, I got placement through college and worked around 8 months in active technology in Bangalore itself. So I'm familiar with the environment here. And then I like joined army through CDS and then worked there for around 6 years. I also served initially in Ladakh for 2.5 years, 3 years. I was part of the Operation Snow Leopard. And post that, I got some of the courses, and then I got the instructor posting in 3MA Center Bhopal. There, then I like inducted Agniveers initially for the core of EME, and then I was conducting the training also. So it was a learning phase, but then there also I realized that it's a time to correct time to take a right decision, and then I decided to leave. So while I was leaving, I had time, so I prepared for the examination. But I think I appeared for the exam in December, and then most of the college deadline was over at that time. So then I decided to join some private company. So I joined Amazon, and then eventually I got through in the first round itself, and then here only. So far the journey is good, and in terms of knowledge wise, it's really good. Like in army and all, have a technical kind of journey throughout my education. So an MBA is a bit diverse kind of knowledge, and it is enhancing how the decisions are made taking place and all. So it's a good journey. Yeah.
Good fun, yeah. I think all three of you have very interesting profiles because John T is absolutely a fresher, so to say, in the corporate world, and Anil
Yeah.
has worked, uh, for a few years, so to say. So, what I wanted to kind of seek from you guys is uh, why would you choose to do an MBA after working, in the services? I mean, what was your motivation? Because I think for John T, it'll be a different answer, and for Anil, it'll be a different answer, and Nimish as well. Wanted to hear from all of you guys, and yeah, floor is yours.
Okay. So I'll start with that if that's fine.
Yeah.
Same sequence. I'm
Okay.
ready.
So, like for me, coming from zero corporate background, so though I had some experience in like HR management, supply chain management, I was also into innovations and like ideas, generating ideas and making some innovations at some level in the army and battalion and the division level. So I was also more inclined to developing new things with time, finding solutions to a number of problems, administrative problems, they can be technical problems or whatever. So I thought that I also need to gain some skills, some concepts I need to build upon before I can switch to corporate or business world. I need to have that understanding of concepts, the understanding of how the
Mm,
corporate world works, how what skills do you require actually in everyday life to perform your job role, charter of duties, and all. So the best option I found was doing an MBA. So initially, I didn't know that even in India we get a chance to do MBA of 1 year. So I thought it's just 2 years MBA and you're going through CAT. So it took me a lot of research to find that actually there are 1 year MBA programs. So then coming on to this, I was searching for where all can I do the 1 year MBA. Then there were a few people who guided me that there are IIMs. Okay, so first of all, when I was doing my graduation in Delhi University, so I had friends from SRCCA and all who are doing BCom honors. So I've just heard that IIMs are like a league apart colleges. You can only dream of them. You can never go into them. That was the perception I had. So I never thought that I'll actually end up being into one of them. So maybe as we say that this is the place to be, you never know that you'll be coming here. But it's in your destiny. So definitely this is the place for you to be. You'll find it soon. So that was my motivation of doing MBA and then coming into Bangalore. That was just like destiny. I never thought that I can actually make it to be.
Crazy, crazy. Devesh?
So in my case, it was not a very serious answer. What happens with the short service commissioned officers in army? We all three are. So we have an option of leaving after doing a 5 years of commission service. So after that, there is another option at 10 years. So when I was at 4 year, I guess 4 years of service, near 4 years, I got posted to Nagaland and Manipur. So there I got a little bit free time. I was having an independent command. Nobody was above me. I was taking care of a company. So yeah, so there was no boss on me. So I was on my own, and there I decided ki 5 years are approaching, if I have time, why don't I study and just try my luck? Let's see what happens.
Mm,
If
mm.
if the circumstances are right, if the destiny is there, so I might clear, I might not. So I just started studying, and I studied for a year or so, on and off, because you don't get free time that
Same.
regularly here in
Yeah.
the so yes, I was studying. I was just going through the syllabus and all, and I did not know also that when would I appear for the exam. I was just going for some official work in Gujarat, and there I had a day off, and I decided, okay, let's just give it and then we'll see. So
Yeah, man.
that way I took the GMAT, and yes, the score was okay, and then I got the interview calls. I went, I took the leave, which is a very tough part in the army, of taking leave for some personal work. So that also went well, and all the stars aligned, and here I am. So, so this was the journey which I was talking about, and uh, regarding the decision of leaving the army and joining MBA,
Yeah,
similar to what Jonty said, that yes, if you are leaving a government job, if you are leaving army, and you don't have that much of corporate experience, so I also thought similar, in a similar way, that let's understand first theoretically what happens. Let's
mm,
say that according to me, that was the right path of entering into the
mm,
corporate, and at the right time too. When you are
mm.
transitioning, I guess that is the correct time of doing an MBA if you are
Yeah,
thinking.
yeah.
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 So yes, that was the decision. That was the reason which drove my decision, and yeah.
Super. Anil?
So I also decided like during my tenure in the Bhopal, like it's the time like I have to leave. And because leaving after the 10 years of service, like initially we had a like a plan like you can only leave after 10. 5 years is a special clause, so you have to opt and
Mm.
get your case through, and then only you can leave. So initially, I like my case. Initially, my commandant rejected the case, but still I persisted, and it's the second time I got through. And then like after that, like I asked like a lot of seniors like what should do we do, because we usually for the officers like whatever the level we are coming, we have been doing a lot of things in the army.
Yeah,
So to match that level, if in the private and those things, like we usually will not get that kind of role if we don't have this MBA or some other specialized courses.
yeah.
So for that I asked few of the seniors, so they told that since you are don't have put in a lot of service in the army, so you have a good time to like scale up your knowledge as well as your role, and you can achieve the big to high to get to the high levels. You have to like do the MBA, otherwise you will stuck in the middle of management only. Then it's so based on that I decided like to pursue the MBA, and hopefully we will be able to enrich ourselves and skills.
It's nice. I think that's a valid one. Uh, Interestingly, I also wanted to ask, like, speak about your application and the interview part,
Yeah.
because I think before this, I haven't interacted with, you know, people from your profile and how your interview went. Would love your perspective and what actually happened during your interview.
Okay.
So, Nimesh, you want to go first?
No, no, no. Carry on, carry on.
Nimish has a story.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I have a story for almost everything.
So, like when after I gave my GMAT, though it was my second attempt, so I was already prepared with some of my essays and all. I actually had like not many people who did MBA or from IIMs were
Hmm.
there, so I was like on my own initially. I tried understanding whatever I could understand on my own, made answers, made whatever SOP that whatever was required, and it was like I found that there was some gap of the thought process that I had and what the B schools and the interviewers asked. There was some gap.
Yeah.
I noticed it a bit late though. So when I was preparing for it, there were technical terms which I was familiar with of the army. I didn't actually translate my understanding, my job experience as per the corporate design and the corporate structure. That was one thing I struggled and I understood it very late. And
Can you give
after
an
this,
example? Can you give an example?
yeah, so initially I just wrote that I was a post commander. Like when I was
Hmm.
serving on the China border, so I was a post commander there, just like Nimish mentioned in Nagaland and all. So like nobody knows what is a post commander.
Correct.
Then I initially that after after a long time I understood that there I have few specific terms that you were the administrative head. You can write that. Similarly, like
Hmm.
those technical words were not very much there. So rather than writing a
Hmm.
battalion, you can write a team of rather than writing a company, like being a company man, you can just write a team of 120 people, headed the team of 120
Hmm.
people. So there were many terms I was not familiar what to actually give it there. So it took
Hmm.
me time to understand those things. Then
Hmm.
while I was preparing for my interview, same. I didn't know how the interview will be. So then I spoke to a few people initially. Of course, my commanding officer, he had a lot of knowledge. He actually helped me prepare for my interview. And then there were a couple of more friends references who did some mock interviews with me. So my specifically, I want to talk about my interview of IIM Bangalore. I was very much confident. Okay, this is the interview that I'll crack it. So I appeared for the interview in the third round of admissions, and I was the first one to get interviewed in my batch slot. So as I entered, so I think there was Professor Saurav Mukherjee was there, and there were two others. I don't remember the name.
Hmm.
Okay, the introduction went well, normal conversation went well. Then they said, so, Jonty, okay, you have done sports and this and that. That way, it's fine. But we don't think that you are fit for the MBA of IMB. Okay. Then the other person justified what do they mean about this. Then, sorry, they said that you come from arts, you don't have any quantitative courses, you haven't done that, you're not technically prepared for this course. We think it will be very hectic for you. We don't think that you'll be able to cope up with the studies here. You lag behind. So I
Hmm.
don't think that we should go ahead with this MBA. You just drop the plan. Okay, so I didn't expect that I'll be getting feedback in the interview, but yeah, that was kind of the question. That was the pattern of the interview that they set up for me, maybe. So what happened? So I answered, "Ki, see, fine. I understand that there is some knowledge gap if you feel that this is there. That what other students bring in, the technical values, the BTech and all the engineering backgrounds they come from, and that is very much aligned to what MBA curriculum is. Then I made
Yeah.
them believe that though I come from arts, it was not because I was not able to study anything else. It was just my choice. I wanted to study arts. I want to study history, political science, economics, which was actually true. I wanted to study. Along with that, I was also doing sports. So also about the hectic part, uh, Nimesh and Anil sir, we all know how our training happens in OT Chennai. Actually, that is what hectic is. You are engaged 22 hours per day at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, on a good fine day, that will be 21 hours per day. So you have max 2 to 3 hours for you to take care of yourself, sleep, do all your personal activities, course, anything and everything that you want to do in those 2 to 3 hours maximum. So I knew how much MBA can be hectic, but I was already prepared for it. So I told them that this you need not take care about. Secondly, served in high altitude areas, post commanders, and everybody would agree. The kind of stress that we go through, the isolation, the problem of managing men under stressful environments, the combat stress that we call it.
Yeah.
So that is much more what we think can be there in academics. So that is a real stressful environment that we come from. So that stress, hectic, that part is taken care of. And also, I had 4 or 5 months of remaining until the MBA starts here. So I told them that I'll be doing a number of courses. I'll build up on the basic foundation of the quant that you feel that I don't have. So they were like grilling me for that thing. Yeah, I actually did that after that. And third thing was they wanted to know that why I want to do MBA. Why I don't just start a business of my own. So I told them that my father has started a number of businesses from his own life experience and all, and majority of them failed. So I also want to have some financial stability first of all, understand how
Mm.
this corporate and business world works rather than just
Mm.
diving into the business world and then failing. So I want to gain that
Mm.
experience, that being there on ground first of all, then only I'll be able to succeed in business whenever if I want to go ahead.
Yeah, yeah, that's perfect. Actually, good you brought that up. So, what actually interviews look for
Yeah,
is pure honesty. This is
yeah,
my understanding. I don't speak for the school. This is my
yeah.
understanding that they ask you grilling questions because, and they're good at it, by the way, right? I'm
Yes,
sure
yes.
all of you have seen that even in class, right? They're
Yeah,
really good at that because they want to see the clarity level of the other person, right? And
yeah,
how they can think. It's not just stressful, right? You can take a minute to think and then answer. But what they're looking for is clarity, essentially. Ki, does this person know what or she is going to go through? And
yes.
regarding like the financial stability part you spoke, like I would always suggest don't give over ambitious answers, right?
Yeah,
Don't try to say that you want to become a you might want to, you should be ambitious, of course, that you want to become like a Fortune 500 CEO, etc. Of course,
yeah,
you should be. But also kind of solve that ground up that, be very honest in terms of like it's either financial stability or it's that you
yeah,
want to pivot from X to Y, you know. So I think honesty and transparency is what they look at. Anyway, Nimish.
Yeah, so uh, adding on to John T's part only, my interview preparation, like just before the interviews, it was not of what people think that the interviewer will ask. I was also preparing for the same thing, what I should speak and what I should speak instead of the RV technical terms.
yeah,
Similar what he told. So a day before, I was just writing the terms that okay, so I can't speak this, I have to speak this. They will not understand, and that would make my point a little more ambiguous to them. That what I am trying to explain. So yes, that was the interview preparation mostly. My interview, particularly IIMB, went in two phases, two parts. Initially, I was all speaking those made up terms, not using the army technical lingo and everything. So they were grilling, and the interview questions which I had prepared, like why MBA, why are you leaving the army, I was asked nothing of that. So after just a brief introduction, they just went on to bowling bouncers to me. That okay, you are the finance minister now. Tell what will you do, or such kind of questions. A very macro level questions during the interviews. But yeah, so there were three people. The first two spoke to me around 10, 15, 20 minutes, and I was answering in a way which I had prepared. And then the third person who had not spoken till 20 minutes, he said, okay, Major Nimish, I am also from the Navy, and I don't remember his rank. So he told that he is an armed forces guy. So then the second phase of my interview started. Then I thought, okay, someone is there who can understand what I'm trying to say.
Mm.
I started, that my conversation in all that technical lingo. So that was a more confident part of the interview. Before that, it was like, why are you not asking the regular questions? So that way, and yes, in army you don't generally get to interview that much. So
Mm.
I told them at the end of the interview, I told them that I am appearing for an interview after almost 6 years. What do you think I should do to improve, and what do you think I should
Oh,
uh,
nice.
I am of
Very
that?
nice.
So that was the question I asked at the end, and they did not answer. They said that we are not going to appear for an IIMB interview again. So yeah, we won't answer you. Then I went back. So that was my interview journey of IIMB, which I believe that I would have done better in the hindsight when I went outside the hall and I started thinking.
Yeah.
And I was a little bit confused because I did not know how the interview went. And that was the case with many of the candidates there. They
Yeah.
did not
Yeah.
know how their interview went. Was it a good one? Was it a bad one? So yeah, and when the result came, I was pretty satisfied. That, okay, the interview that was not that bad.
Your interview, like,
So my interview was at IIM Bangalore only. So I appeared in the R1 round one and only. And during that part, like initially my interview was revolving around the SOP only, with whatever the things I have written. So there were three professors, and so one of them started asking like, since you are coming from the army, so what is your view about the Agniveer scheme? Because I have inducted the Agniveer. So
mm,
basically, we were looking at what is my thinking about the scheme and how. So I just clearly told them like it depends on your which side,
mm,
because for government it's better, for someone for Agniveer it's not better as compared to the previous scheme, and the results are yet to be to come, because the still the Agniveers are in their 4 years of journey. So post that,
yeah.
how they will get their job and settle in other roles, that will define how the Agniveer scheme is going to do. And post that, like they started asking around like the AI stuff, and then they asked like someone like who is very old in your team, like how are you going to teach him the AI, and but if he is not able to learn it, then what you will do? Will you fire him or not?
Mm.
So
Lots of
all those,
behavioral questions.
yeah, scenario kind of questions they started asking. And post that, like they just look in this scenario where they just look like whatever you're telling, whether it makes sense or not. So what I
Mm.
think they was taking that thing, and post that, like they started asking like, since you are coming from a technical background, tell me like any sector in which the technology have improved the things.
Acha.
So based
Mm.
on that, I told like banking, then mm,
Nice.
I gave something like the convenience and all the things. Then the professor asked, yes, though the technology have improved, but now the fraud has come up. then I have to defend
Mm,
that. Yes, though the fraud has
mm,
come. So there's a
mm.
cross questioning, and like I have to support my stand, and all those things are happening.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah,
post that, one of the panel started asking like, you are already having the job in the Amazon, and like why do you need MBA? Because the level at which I was in Amazon, people after doing the MBA usually come to that level only.
yeah,
So the question was why MBA? So for that, like it went around 10-15 minutes. So I was focusing on, because there's a knowledge gap. We have like, though I have the technical and this operational things in the army, but I don't have this that knowledge about the marketing and sales, also a bit of
yeah,
finance also. So after getting this knowledge, the knowledge gaps will be filled, and like we will be able to take good decisions as well as do well.
yeah.
So these are the straightforward questions. Like, and post, like in the last question, like I asked them like, what should I do to like so that I can perform better in the go. So they just told like, no need to do anything. Just ensure you spend quality time with your family, because after that you will not get any time. Yeah.
Oh wow, was this taught to you guys by someone? कि ये सवाल पूछना है?
No, no, no. It
No,
was
Yeah,
no.
it was all random.
I
very
just asked
interesting.
random. Initially, I have not thought, yeah, I will be asking question because, but the interview
Mm,
was like went well. So eventually, I knew like I will get through.
mm,
I in my home also, like I will get the admit. So
It
when
was
results were there, like
it
yeah,
was for me it was coming from my past experiences also. In whatever interviews I gave, I generally asked questions at the end from the panel, and
very interesting.
that I thought that I should follow here only. But after the interview, I couldn't think of anything. So that's why I asked the most cliche question there. What should I improve and all.
I'll tell you why, because during my time, I used to watch like YouTube videos of consultants who speak about how to perform
yes,
better at interviews. And usually they suggest that you should ask some question in the end. ठीक है? And I was prepared कि मैंने एक सवाल सोच के रखा था and I'm gonna ask this very strategically. But my interview went so bad. They bashed me left, right, and center that by the end मेरे मुंह से कुछ नहीं निकल रहा था. So that's why I wanted to ask and understand. Anyway, so I think John T, you spoke about like the combat stress, and
Yeah,
I have family as well who are in the forces,
yeah,
and their stories are just amazing especially during the training time that you spoke about. But having said that, MBA stress is also real, and
yeah,
that is a different kind of stress, but
yes,
not
academics.
physical. Not can be physical also sometimes, but mostly
yeah,
it's a lot of mental stress because it's super fast paced, especially the
yeah,
1 year program. How I like to tell people is that it's 2 years crammed into 365 days and 365 days of constant engagement.
yeah,
Even the number of contact hours, I believe we do 950 contact hours, which is higher than the 2 year program,
Yeah.
right? My numbers might be wrong, but it's somewhere around that. So, wanted to understand from you guys. You guys just finished term one, which is probably the most hectic term because you are fresh coming into college again. How was the experience? How were the subjects? Of course, stress is a part and parcel of the entire thing, but how was your experience of term one, and how does the next couple of terms look like for you?
yeah. So, like initially, I always had this thing in mind that there can be nothing that can stress me out. So I always kept reminding me day after day ki all is well, all is well. Actually, I used to say, yeah, all is well, all is well. And also ki, yeah, it's fine. There's nothing stressful. I used to even keep telling my postmates, yeah, this is not stress, this is not hectic. Just trust yourself. You can do more, you can do more. But slowly that stress builds upon you. And after maybe 20-25 days, yeah, there's a lot of thing. You're not just accepting it, but it is actually there. So as you know that there are no holidays, we don't get to go home. We don't have any, like even 3 or 4 days also we never get it. So that stress is always there that we have to be here for 1 year.
Yeah.
And then studying, and then if you are into some other sports, you kind of miss on those things, but you still make out time for them so that you don't feel that much FOMO. And then you lose on some timelines that's the work kind of piles up. Then that thing again builds up more of that stress thing, that I have to work more and work more. Then again, one fine evening, you think of watching a movie, and then it's all messed up. You can't control it. But that what to do now, and what thing to take up first, what thing to go should go to the second or third priority.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, so it happens a lot, and but this is how like you become efficient. Also, like everybody is here who is experienced in their jobs, and everybody here fairly finds to manage it well. How to, like, even if the work builds upon, so that is the good quality of the EPGP cohort, that we all come from experiences. We know when stressful situations come, how to tackle them and how to come about it, how to prioritize things. So yeah, it builds upon, then we try our best and tackle them somehow.
It is a bit difficult. You know, see, working for 8 hours in some company or in the army is a different thing, and doing classes for 8 hours straight, it's a different thing.
Yeah.
And the level of concentration required, the level of focus required, it's different. You don't get that much breaks in between. You are sleepy also because you did not sleep well last night, and you have quizzes, questions, and everything. So yes, it is a bit difficult to be that consistent in studies after so much time.
Yeah.
And as far as our batch is concerned, most of them have not been studying since last whatever 6 7 years. Unlike us in the army, we used to study a little bit. We had our promotional exams and courses. So yes, I would say that we were not that out of touch when compared to other people. That's
Yeah.
why that feeling that what you say that perspective towards MBA comes in what Jonty was mentioning, that it's not that tough, it's not that hectic.
हो जाएगा, हो जाएगा, हो जाएगा.
Because we were saying this same thing ho jayega since last 5 years. So that way, but yes, MBA education, the technicalities of the education are different here, and for us, where we can't relate that much to whatever the education is being imparted here, uh, it is a little bit new and a little difficult. But
Mm.
yes, हो जाता है. After term one, I can say हो जाता है. And yeah, so another thing which I feel is new for us, or it's a little more difficult here at the campus, is if you are into sports, if you are into other curricular activities,
Yeah.
and if you are into partying and all, you like to enjoy your life, then it gets a little difficult to manage the time.
Yeah.
So at the same point of time, there would be a group of people playing any sport after the right after the class. They'll be calling, ki, okay, come, we'll need to play. Another group of people who are not playing, they might be going for the movies on a day off, which is very rare. So yeah, you need to manage everything, and
Yeah.
that is something which we have been learning through since many years, and it's still continuing here. It's not like
Yeah.
that we learned it and now we are applying it. We are still learning it here. So that way, yes, it's new, it's challenging, and yeah, I think every one of us is enjoying it. You also might have enjoyed it. You are also very pretty active in sports and
Yeah.
guitar and everything. So yeah, you might understand.
What about you, Anil? How's it going for you?
Yeah, for me, like initially the subjects were like you have to pre-read everything and on a lot of subjects, and then especially after like few weeks, I realized like two subjects are mostly taking my 80% of the time. while studying. So that was a very challenging thing. And even after reading and all that, you are in the class, you are not like getting things very quickly.
Yeah,
Because like
yeah,
coming from the technical background, we are like mind is like tuned towards the tech that numbers stuff and all. And like you are in engineering, we usually have like yes or no kind of answer. But in business environment, you have like it depends in
yeah,
which scenario you are. So adapting to those things is like challenging. And then like you all want to play sports and then you want to do some extracurricular activity also. So at the same time, you have the project deadlines and all, quizzes and all. So you have to make always a trade-off, like which thing you want to do and which you cannot. So prioritizing the things is like what I think which very important in the MBA and what you want. So if you have the clarity, then it will usually be easy for you. And the subjects are especially like it's not like engineering, like all the subjects will be of same kind of nature. You have EM, then you have like some kind of humanity strategy, then
yeah,
DS. So these are different kind of subjects and these need some kind of different efforts. Like
yeah,
strategy, you cannot do like in half an hour and you have to do the case throughout.
yeah,
And eventually it will develop over the cases. It's not like if you have read only one case in detail and then you will start getting the point. After doing 10 or 12 cases only, you will get the logic like how and why the things are working.
yeah.
So yeah, so you will learn these things over the time. So
That is very true.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Shivam, I just had a very interesting story to share here.
Uh,
You are aware about this entrepreneurship management project which we have,
yes,
which is a pretty
yes,
big project, a lot of weightage for it also.
yes.
Everybody of us were doing the project with the heart. It's interesting. It's kind of
Yeah,
interesting. So we had our project deadline the same day at 11:59 p.m. When there was this UEFA Champions League final, which uh, which by the way started at 9:30 the same day. And so, yeah, we were working on the project since last few days, but it always happens in every kind of project that you submit after 11. That's the routine. So what happened was I wanted to, go and watch the final. I am a big fan, and I pushed my team, I pushed my group that see we have to finish it by 8:30. We have to finish it by 8:30, please. Otherwise, I'll go. And what happened was, it was a Saturday night, it was a holiday, and we sat at around 12, 1, and after our lunch, we just sat and completed it by 8:30. Nobody in a group of five stopped working for that matter. Everybody worked for like 6, 7 hours straight, and we finished our project and we went for the match. So yeah, that kind of people also you get that when the deadline is too harsh, people can work in.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's MBA teaches you people management.
yeah, yes,
Yes.
Like you wanted to achieve a goal, which was watching the match, and you ensured that your team, completes the task and quality, not just,
Yeah.
not just doing it for the sake of it. I
Yes.
think that is why, I've come to learn that everyone should do an MBA. Of course, there is fees
yeah,
and all of that, but regardless, if you remove the placement aspect of it, if you remove the fees aspect of it, I think MBA is a upskilling school, not just education wise, but also like how to deal with people. It teaches you all of that stuff, which is very essential for a human being. When
Exactly.
you go into the real world, this is how you have to, make teams work, or you have to kind of, if you want to lead, a project, this is how you do. So
Yeah.
good stuff, good stuff. I'm
Yeah.
glad that you guys are enjoying it. Now, wanted to speak about like what is your ambition post MBA? What kind of roles are you looking for? कि
That is tough question.
सोचा
That is a tough
नहीं
question. It
too
like
early.
it switches from subject to subject.
Hmm.
When we are studying strategy, we feel that strategy is the thing for me. And
Hmm.
when we are like studying operations from Professor Tarun Jain, then we see operations it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so we like the interest level also keeps changing from subject to subject.
Yeah.
And yeah, there all the subjects are like very, very interesting to understand and to learn. And the professors, like everybody is one unique person in himself,
Yeah.
and you get to learn a lot more than just the curriculum from them. So you try to think on the same lines what the professors are thinking, and then you are aligned with that subject.
Yeah.
True.
So
True. Nimish.
in my case, when I was joining the college, I also had no idea what I wanted to do. But yes, I did one thing. I made sure that I have a list what I don't want to get into, what I do not
Hmm.
want. So with that list, I joined the college, and I thought, okay, as of now, I don't have that much of expertise. I don't know much about the subjects. I don't know what happens in what subject, what happens in what stream. So I thought, okay, I'll go to the college in the next 2 months. I'll get to interact with everyone. I'll learn what happens
Yeah.
in whatever thing, and then I would be in a better position to decide that what I really want to do.
Hmm.
And after these last 2 months, I would say that I'm even more confused at what I want to do. Just as Jonty said that yeah, whatever subject you are studying, you find it interesting, and
Yeah.
the professors make it more interesting, even more interesting.
Yeah.
So yes, I would say that in the next 2 months I would be in a better position. I'd get
Hmm.
to
Hmm.
interact with everyone. I'll get to learn what subject is there and what stream is applicable. The subject is
Yeah.
applicable in,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then I would be in a better position.
Superb. Anil, I think Anil will have a wise answer.
For me, like I know like these kind of I have few sector or like the roles which I don't want to go. And
Hmm.
then also I have a bit of experience, prior experience, so I want to leverage those things also.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I want to build on those things. So I particularly want to go towards a tech and consulting kind of thing
Nice.
and
Nice.
strategy. Yeah. So if
Yeah.
I
I
get the
think.
opportunity, yeah,
I
this
think
thing.
John T, you're in PlaceCom, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, then you have a uphill
Yeah.
task for yourself and
Done.
for Nimish.
For sure. For sure. And rest of the others.
Yes.
Yeah, no rest. Looks like rest are sorted.
Yeah.
No,
I,
no,
if I'm not
you.
wrong, Shivam, that was the case with you also. I guess when we were interacting, you also told that I was also not sure
Yeah,
where I'm
yeah,
going to do, what I'm
yeah,
going to do.
yeah. No, no, no. I was also genuinely confused because I think because we come with a very unique profile.
Right.
Our work experience before this, like hospitality, right? Hospitality, MBA. What do you do next, right? Same with forces, MBA, what do you do next, right?
Right.
So what I like to tell people is that you leverage the core skills that you have, right? Like army folks are usually, they are bucketed into they must be great in operations, or they must be great at supply chain. Tech is something like Anil wants to get into that. Tech is something that, army folks are doing a lot. Similarly, for me, it was more on general management, more on sales, more on marketing. So it's really understanding, like, break down your own skill set into basic first principles. Try and understand कौन से चार पांच traits हैं तुम्हारे. Those traits need to align with the skill sets.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
then you kind of build on to that, and that's how you will be fit into a job. That's how it is, right? So you have to be brutally honest with yourself कि मुझे ये करना है and मुझे ये नहीं करना है. And that is what the MBA is for. And I'm sure like in the process you guys will figure and you guys will be placed in great companies. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. So, I think the last question for your fellow Fauji's officers who are, currently posted somewhere in the part of our country or somewhere in the sea or, somewhere in the air. What
Yeah.
would you like to tell them? Probably they are thinking, probably they are seeing this video right now कि यार मुझे भी करना है IIM से. What would you like to tell them and, how should they approach this journey? Jonty?
Yeah. So, one thing that I want to stress upon is that it is not just your marks, your degrees, or the GMAT score or GRE score that you get. It is also the activities, the extracurricular activities, the sports, the nature of work that you do. That
Yeah.
matters, I think, even more than that. So,
Yeah.
wherever you are doing, or whatever you're doing, wherever you are, keep doing it in a very sane way, uh, like in a very good way. Do it holistically while also preparing for your certifications or any other courses that you're doing or anything else along with the GMAT preparation or interview preparation. Yeah, because it goes hand in hand. It is not that you get the highest score in GMAT and that is not the right way. You won't definitely not get into. So
True.
keep building yourself. This, like you the few minutes before you were telling about the MBA, build those skills in a person. So I'll say the personal development and the skill development along with the studies and all, along with the scores and all, goes hand in hand. So whatever you're doing, do it in a really enthusiastically way.
Superb. Nivesh?
Yeah, so from someone who prepared for the GMAT while being in service
Yeah.
and who prepared for more than a year, for that matter, on and off, I can say one thing, one challenging thing, and the first challenging thing which anybody aspiring to be in a IIM would be that you'll have to manage your preparations in a pretty busy schedule of the armed forces. So yes, that's a very big thing. Secondly, I would say that you know in army you are busy to the extent which nobody is. You have responsibilities. You have responsibilities of men, of lives that you need to take care. You are
Yeah.
doing everything. You are doing from one thing to another. You are managing operations. You are overseeing the finances of the company, of the unit. You are devising strategies and whatnot. You are doing everything and anything. So for that, I would suggest people that you are doing everything which is required in an MBA, but in MBA it's just a structured form of what you are doing. So uh, while preparing, we also had such thoughts that whether we would be a good fit for an MBA, whether we
Yeah.
would carry all these things during the course, during the MBA. So yes, I would say there is nothing which you can't do. You, as such, are an armed forces officer. You have, cleared one of the most toughest interviews, SSB, for joining
Yeah.
that. So yeah, you need to believe in yourself. Preparation is important. Marks are important, but yes, there are other things which also counts. And the other things, generally, the armed forces guys are good at it. That's from just solely from my experience. So yes, if you decide that you want to do it, it's not that tough. You can.
I agree. I agree. Anil?
So my advice will be like, if when you decide early, like whenever you are in the service, like, so it should not happen like you are like getting out and now I will start preparing. So you will be losing time and then you will have difficulty also getting in the job. So
Mm.
when you are in service only, then based on that decide like whether you want to do MBA or some other course or anything. And then like if you want to do MBA from this IIM ABC, then you have to get through a minimum threshold of score for GMAT and GRE. Whatever be your profile, like however good you have done in the services, but if you didn't get that minimum threshold score, you will not get the interview call list. So my suggestion will be to reach that minimum threshold, and then based on that, everyone in army usually the services have a good profile and they will have lot of things to project. So until unless you get that minimum score, then you won't get a fair chance of getting into the the top colleges. And then after that, like you can speak and reach out to we have a lot of seniors who have already gone through this journey. So how to prepare the SOPs and as well as for the interviews.
Yeah.
So those things they can reach out they can easily reach out to anyone in the from their arm and services and get the fair view like how should they prepare.
Yeah, adding on to Sir's point, armed forces or per se army is a pretty small organization. You can
Yes.
connect to your seniors very easily. Uh, I connected with Anil sir before the interviews and all, and we were speaking together. We were preparing together what we need to do and what we not. So yeah, you get to connect with people very easily, and for someone who has left the army and guiding someone who is wanting to leave army, there's a very strong network uh,
Network, yeah.
in the civil world.
True,
So
true.
we have many groups. You can connect with us, and
Yes.
generally. For someone who has left the army, if someone from the army connects with them, messages them, it's a general perception that everybody will help. So
Of
yeah,
course, of course. Great, good stuff. I think we are at the end. Thank you so much, guys.
Right.
It was lovely talking to you, and I hope that this reaches more and more people so that they can get inspired and get into this journey of coming to EPGP and
Yeah,
IIM Bangalore.
Yes.
Cool,
it
good
was
fun.
definitely.
and we hope
Thank you
that
so much. Thank you so much. Yeah.
we hope that you are more regular here on this channel.
Yes.
Bye, sir.